Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time, if I remember correctly, we came close, but didn't quite get the job done with the aspect of Medea on the skull. And it is crazy powerful, but I think we kind of self-sabotaged accidentally by messing with our Arcana without realizing it until we were in the run. So, unfortunate, but hopefully we can bounce back this time. And this is now going to be our first run as of the new update. The first update post full release. So, the big things that have changed are theoretically the ending, some of the stuff in and around it, and I believe that there will be a new incantation that we can do to retroactively access that plot point so we can experience it again with the new ending. So that's probably going to be the main thing that we do this time. Although, if we're trying to check off a few more boxes, then we could still try to finish some runs with the two aspects that we've yet to finish a run with. Those would still be the aspect of Medea, because we fell short last time, so we could go 2 runs in a row for that. This is, for what it's worth, about a week after having recorded that previous run, so they might be coming right after one another for you, but for me, it's a little more spaced apart. The other one would be the aspect of Thanatos, which I think we are 1 nightmare short from being able to fully upgrade, because we can do 1 more level here, and I think we'd need 2 nightmare for the final level. I'm not sure we could afford that. So let's go over here and just check, do we have a new incantation that we can use? Oh. You see, that's kind of a problem. Well, admittedly, I didn't really expect for that to be a factor. So, you know what? We're gonna pivot. On second thought, it's looking like a great time to do a Chaos Trial. Ideally one that lasts at least 14 rooms. Although, to be honest with you, I think there are probably... It was 14, right? Yeah. There are probably several Chaos Trials that, or most Chaos Trials are probably going to fall slightly short of that number. Ooh, we put ourselves in a bit of a pickle here, but... Oh, what does Skelly have to say? Hold on. Maybe this is something we heard last time around as well.
We feared the worst on such a terrifying night. Not so easy out there with that oath of the unseen doing its thing.
The vows do make my task more difficult, but they make me grow stronger, little by little. Are you suggesting I let up?
I mean, I'm only saying if it's all too much, you ought to turn that thing back down. Nobody's judging over here. I'd rather you let up than give up.
That's good advice.
Best.
Alright, so, all those things that I said were valid. However, I'm not really sure that we have any workaround to access the true ending right now. Because I don't know that we can spend time with any of our friends here in town. That would be otherwise the best way for us to progress this incantation. Wow. Turns out that was a huge factor. Oh, the other thing, though, is that there have been various prophecies, ones that, for the most part, happen post-true ending, or in and around that same time frame, that they've accelerated how quickly you can complete them. Oh, we've gotten all the boons from Artemis. I can't help but feel like we probably saw this last time and for whatever reason just didn't cash it in.
You and the goddess of the hunt are much alike.
So, alright, sure. We'll take the extra bones. Obviously can't pass time with Dora, because we've maxed out her relationship. I'm just wondering if with extra bones, does that change the math on any of this stuff? Well, I mean, we can buy a Nightmare, which I suppose sets us up for Aspect of Thanatos. You know what? Maybe we'll do an Aspect of Thanatos run instead. It was very much not what I had planned. So we're pivoting maybe again here. Let's just double check. Aspect of Thanatos is the axe that would send us up with 8 fear. Maybe we can do that. And it means we're definitely going to have to change those various things that I was just mentioning, but such is the effect of just such a seemingly small thing, but proved to be very significant after all. So let's nab this. I'm pretty sure we need it if we are to max out the aspect of Thanatos here. Let's do that, because this one costs 1, but I think the next one is going to cost 2. And the whole deal with the Aspect of Thanatos is that the axe is usually big, slow, hard-hitting, except Aspect of Thanatos kind of makes up for that downside by making at least the attack faster.
Show me your truth.
So ranking it up, yeah, this one costs 2. Ranking it up to rank 5 gets us 40% faster. So I am curious how that feels at that point. It's not too bad. I mean, that's... I don't know if I were to compare that to some other weapons. It's certainly not as fast as the blades, I don't think, or maybe some of the other really quick ones, but might be slightly faster than the staff. The third hit of the combo is pretty slow, but I mean, that's obviously more often than not the case. So, alright. We're pivoting. It means we're going up, which means we definitely don't want 16 fear, I'll tell you that much. So, hold on. I mean, we could even just forego the fear altogether on this one, just to make sure that we check things off with this aspect that we still very much need. But what about, how do I feel about this on the surface? I feel like it's worse on the surface than it is in the underworld. We have 9 right now, so we could at least get rid of one of those. This, I also feel like is more significant on the surface. This might be a little bit worse as well. I mean, the surface in general, of course, is harder, but it feels like there's more incremental difficulty as you go up from one floor to the next. So that is one of the key things, and then also the first rival fight, as we've said many times before. Unlike in the underworld, rival Polyphemus is no laughing matter, so he's not just a gimme 2 points of fear. We could throw on something like that. What if we do, that's worth 1, how much is that, 40% more expensive? I'd like to dump you. At least, oops, nope. At least lower you by 1, is what I mean. Okay. Yeah, with a slower weapon that is bigger range than the Aspect of Medea, it's a little bit trickier to make Vow of Return work as seamlessly as it did last time, but maybe this is still good enough. Little bit of a risk, but with no rivals, I mean, it's just pretty rare nowadays that we're going no rivals at all, so that is nice to just not have to worry about these more difficult boss fights at all. So then, does that change anything here? I mean, we might still go for... Well, actually, hold on, we did increase the price of stuffs. Is there anything else we could put there instead? If we do this, that's worth so much. What if we do? What if we dump this? We throw this on. Then we can do... Could dump this all together. It's still... Oh no, this one altogether maybe. 50% chance. We could do... We could dump that maybe. I'm tempted to try this, and it means at least for the first floor, we have no control over which boon is going to get hit by this, in all likelihood, assuming that the first or second room has a boon in it, rather than a hammer or life or something like that. And then later floors, obviously, that is going to be a factor. I think we can still make that work, though. Okay, so many adjustments that had to be made. Now the gold purse does make sense, because we can still be spending the way we would usually be spending without having to worry about debt. 1 check of the Arcana, given how last time we messed with things more so than we had intended to do, so I think we're good here. We have our Death Defiances, we have some rerolls. Okay, we have the Furies, gotcha. Then we, hopefully by doing a full-blown run here, even if it's not giving us the new true ending, we can at least be fairly certain that we're going to get at least 14 rooms for that, so that next time we can do the new true ending, and then we're trying to check off this Aspect of Thanatos for bearing dark gifts, while simultaneously, hopefully, getting a little more Nightmare, although to be honest, after having just upgraded the Aspect of Thanatos, okay, there's still a little bit more Nightmare that we would benefit from. I was gonna say, we are getting awfully close to maxing everything out, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, so this does still mean something. In addition to, obviously, progressing Knights Champion, if that is your kind of thing. Okay, so we're heading up. This is, completely different from what I had originally thought we were going to do. Oh, right. That's the sound effect. So it doesn't even tell us what it was going to be. It's just healing in a room. Oh, okay, those are enemies that would originally be from the next floor. So that's a thing. Oh, right? Oh, hold on. No. Get those. Okay, have to remember to do that. Okay, so it's Selene or pass her up to go Chaos. I think this is obviously ideal timing for Chaos. I think we probably have to do it. We also took Golly. I think that's fine. I mean, she is generally my familiar of choice. Let's see. Anything in the Chaos room? It seems like as of late we've been having a lot more success getting stuff out of these rooms, but nothing this time.
See you journey farther with it still. Would you consider the specifics of my thoughts? Respond.
Oh?
If there is something I may do for you, almighty Chaos, then you need but ask. Where might I take the embryo?
Take it from the beginning of your journey to the end. Do not replace it on the way, but reach your destination with it there. In the underworld or on the surface, we care not. This shall serve only to amuse the embryo and me, and perhaps you.
Okay, I think this is a specific prophecy that may also have an achievement tied to it as well. That may be one of those things that got accelerated with this new patch. I think that is very much a thing. Okay, let's see. Next 4 encounters, whenever you use Magic You Prime, afterward we get 90% extra gold for the rest of the run. Early on, that's really good. Each time we use special, we take damage. Next 3 boons, we've 1 fewer to choose. Ooh, these are both really good the earlier you take them. More gold or better rarity on boons. And the downsides for both of them are fairly manageable. This is 4 encounters, this is 3 encounters. I mean, in either case, that's still manageable. I don't really know what boons we're focusing on for this run, to be honest with you. So, that could be an argument for or an argument against rejected favor. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this. I think you could make a strong case for either of them. But there's the prophecy foretold. Okay, so yes. As I was saying, new prophecy there. One that I think previously took a lot of time to unlock. Has since been expedited. Okay, so obviously I'm eyeing the hammer. I'm also eyeing Hermes early on. Because he also has some stuff that can be good the earlier we get it, including something that is very similar to the Chaos Boon that we just took. But the downside of that one was... that was the try not to use magic. Okay. So I'm thinking Hermes first, then Hammer. We did pass on Selene, so we do not yet have a Hex, but it would be kind of nice to get that. We could go double Hestia, which is kind of tempting, and then the double life is also pretty useful. I mean, we can adapt a little bit, depending on what we end up seeing, but let's go Hermes first, I think is pretty clear. Oh!
Him again.
Go about your business, sister. I'm on the job.
Okay. If you say so, buddy.
Slaughter.
Oh, did I accidentally use magic there? Hold on. What happens if they come back? Can I farm even more magic from them? Also, I don't know where... oh, that might have been the gold one. Okay, hold on. What? Oh, you're from the next floor. That's why. I was like, what? Why is there a barrel here? I don't understand. Excuse me? Heracles is attacking me? Also, that's very strange for that to be the enemy. Oh, what about if you have the Hordes one that makes more enemies show up in this encounter? Does that functionally give you... oh, he also creates them as well. Does that functionally mean that you have more gold earning potential in this encounter? I don't see anyone else who has the marker on it, so maybe not.
Step back, witch.
Oh, what? Oh, I didn't see that guy. Okay. We got 100 gold. We might have been able to get a little bit more, but that's fine. I mean, ideally, of course, we would have seen this encounter after this procs to get the almost double gold out of it, but oh well. We'll take it nonetheless. So this is very much going to be a gold-oriented run. At least that's the intention.
Phoenix out there managing frontline defensive strategies and such. We mostly stay out of each other's way. She keeps her head in times like these. I'll give her that.
Let's see.
We'll
So...
for a price.
you keep that to yourself, Heracles. This, I think, is probably the ideal thing for us, given how, as I was just saying, this is going to be a very gold-oriented run. This gives us a way to spend way more gold, and also a little bit of a discount. Okay. And what do you have to say?
You ever see Lady Medea around here? Long dark hair and attire. She could probably help thin the crowd. No denying we're outnumbered.
Already owe her for a time I wasn't at my best. Won't be asking further favors from a witch. You take more than you give.
Wait, I don't remember what Medea and Heracles' history is. I need to go rewatch the Hercules movie for Disney. Apparently, it's been a while.
It sounds as though she helped you out, yet you still speak of her with such disdain.
I know what you're capable of. I respect the power of an erupting volcano, doesn't mean I want to be near one.
Okay. Fair enough.
Shades of the dead.
Now, I don't think we're gonna get to him here. Just gonna abandon him. Right? Yeah. You want to go away so I can see if any of these rooms are gonna...
They won't.
Oh? Any of these rooms are gonna open up? I take that to mean they probably will not. So I guess onward we go. Okay. It's 3 more rooms before we get the bonus gold. Let's go hammer next, because as I said, I don't really have anything in mind for what we're gonna focus on with this run. If you want to walk into that exploding one, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I do need to remember, though, to pick up those things when they turn into the phantoms, because you're not always going to be right next to the enemies this time around, unlike the previous run. Maybe less obvious at times. Did we end up doing the extra enemies? Is that one of the modifiers we ended up taking? One moment. Yeah, we are definitely seeing a lot of the enemies show up from later floors. That is pretty noticeable at this point. And these guys, I've said many times before, the guys in the barrels, these guys that I'm fighting right here, not a fan of them. So much of that is because they have an attack that has way more reach, way more range than you would expect.
Mine.
In an area, on a floor, with very small rooms that have lots of tight corners and places where they can basically hide, so you don't even see that they're there. And turns out, at least from the few times we fought them on this floor thus far, way easier. Way easier when there's more space and more visibility. Alright, let's see. Final move in your attack sequence hits twice but uses magic. Your dash strike hits 2 times in an area around you. You channel your charge special faster. So, admittedly, this is only our attack that's faster, and it also grants us mortality, which we didn't talk about, but that gives us a higher crit chance for our charge moves. So technically, I guess we want to do a bunch of attacks and then use charge moves. So, which charge move is that? I mean, it could be our charge special, I suppose. This... I mean, I guess you could say this is really the only one that works well with the aspect. This one helps more with just the basic combo. I mean, I guess you could argue that helps to charge up the mortality more quickly. I don't know, let's try it. Yes, it uses magic. Yes, we currently have a Chaos Curse that makes our magic get used up more quickly, but that one will expire, will evolve fairly soon. Okay. So now we're thinking... I mean, so often Aphrodite is a priority, except not sure. We might have too much range for our attacks to count as being close range. So instead, I'm thinking maybe either double Hestia or Poseidon and Apollo are kind of the opposite of Aphrodite. They're much more area of effect oriented. And as I said, the double life is good value. And we passed on Selene earlier, and we do now have even more potential to set up Selene. Just want to double check. What did we end up doing? We've definitely seen this, and that. Okay. So no rival fights at all, as we were saying. So less concerned about getting the Hex powered up immediately. I mean, long term, of course, it can still be incredible. It's a little hard to send out. You know what? Let's go Selene. Let's see which hexes we get, and that might influence which gods and goddesses we want to target. Please don't do that. Okay, that's from the next floor. So are you. So are you. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not realize our magic was that bad. Oh, that was bad timing. No, dodge. There we go. Break your armor. Please don't dodge me. That's illegal. Oh, right. It's just because it was from using the full sequence of attacks. That's why we threw so much magic so quickly.
I bid you welcome.
Okay. So, yeah. On this first floor, Selene's probably not going to be doing that much work for us, but trying to still make it possible for us to get good value from the hex long term.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
At last you looked upon the oath of the unseen. For this night is beyond compare with any I experienced in an age. It is as though darkness suffuses everything.
I mean, this is not that high fear. It's one of our lower fear runs as of late, to be honest. Hex makes you rise up. Okay, so this one's duo with Hephaestus. This one's duo with Aphrodite, who is here on this floor. Even if I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Nor am I the biggest fan of that. Inflicts morph. This one is Zeus, right? Who we don't have on this floor. To be honest, not particularly impressed with any of these, but it might kind of have to be Darkside just because of the duo, but I didn't really want to take Aphrodite in the first place. Do we go with this and then try to seek out Hephaestus later on, if possible? I mean, we can't use the Hephaestus keepsake, or at least it's not really going to work for us. So, that's, in hindsight, I probably would have preferred to have just skipped this room and gone with something else altogether. I think that was not really the value we were looking for. Okay, fortunately, we get at least one side room here, because we had not gotten many of those yet. Please don't do that. Whoa! One moment, please. Please do that more quickly. Oh my goodness. It took an eternity. I mean, obviously, I saw that the whatever you want to call it, the boulder was getting launched. And so I just got pinned in the corner there, waiting for it to land. I wasn't sure if it was going to hit the enemies or not. But I didn't want to... If I were to avoid them, I would have to have dodged through that. So I was like, alright, please just land now so I can actually move and not get caught in that corner and get absolutely wailed on by that dude. I mean, we do have the fountain that we should be able to heal from and hopefully negate most of that damage that we just took. But it's not exactly something that I had anticipated to be a huge risk going into that mini room. Okay, and we're one room away from getting the evolution of the Chaos Boon. So now we're running out of time here. As I said, didn't really intend on taking Aphrodite. So at this point, I'm thinking it's duo or double Hestia and double life. The thing about the enemies spawning from the other area, as we've seen many times with these skull dudes, is it's not one of them, it's a whole bunch of them. Excuse me. I'd like to get this. I'm not really sure what that sound effect was. Was that just our hammer upgrade? Oh, I'm pretty sure I just let that guy respawn. Fairly certain that I did. And you're a bit of a problem. There we go. Get rid of your armor, then we can do this. Pick these guys up. Okay. There we are. Chaos Boon evolves, so now we're getting some pretty serious gold for the rest of the run. Okay, gonna pass on gifting here.
So worked up I didn't properly congratulate you last time, dearie.
Last time we
You
lost,
were
didn't we?
everything. You found us in the middle of a real mess and got us out. Sure, we helped and all, but you did the cooking and you did it good.
Thanks, Hestia. Okay, so did we take the one that primes magic when we take things higher than normal rarity? We did not, did we? So we can take this. I do think this is a really good sprint boon. For at least pure damage. That's kind of nice. Cast. I mean, I think we're just taking that. Just take the high rarity one.
Great, Auntie.
Keep it simple. We have not been having much luck with the side rooms, though, have we? We've only gotten one thus far. Maybe I walked past one of them, but okay. Let's do... I mean, either of these, but I'm gonna prioritize second Hestia, and there's our flame dodge. Oh, there is an enemy from the other area. I was gonna say, that's gonna eventually take that out, which is probably fine. Kind of deliberately not activating the third hit of the combo, because I was sort of trying to avoid... Ooh, hello. Sort of trying to avoid accidentally priming more magic than we needed to. I was caught in an animation. I saw it coming. A little too slow. Ooh, there's more. But wait, there's more. Including more enemies from the next floor. Some of these guys are similarly ones that I would usually say are a pain in the butt, in part because of the nature of the arenas they tend to be in. Maybe a little less tricky here, though. Okay, so now we take this. Okay, I like this a lot more. I think we saw, was this the normal rarity version last time? Let's do this. Would like to see an attack boon for sure, but we're at least getting decent value. Okay, good. I was gonna say, oh, almost missed this, but that's now worth 19 gold. Excuse me, one moment. Well, that hopefully blows you up and you don't come at me at light speed. Okay, air boon, at least air elemental boon, which is probably not doing that much for us. We have a few fire, which definitely, I assume Hestia's infusion is fire, although I don't even remember what it is, to be honest with you. That's also fire, so that is useful. And we do have a lot of gold, and we are approaching the penultimate room shop, where with that Hermes boon we were just peeking at, we could get a lot of stuff. So fingers crossed for that. Just see if there happen to be any random enemies hanging out around here. Oh, or that. You never know. 29 gold? I mean, honestly, that's enough that very well could pay dividends later on. Okay, but the double life is still what I'm thinking we opt for here. That is, generally speaking, more value than you would typically get from a single room. Wow, this room looks pretty nasty. Hold on.
You shades are getting out of there.
That one, at least that one almost hit me. I'm sort of standing in the fire.
That should have done it.
Pick up these, and we're done. Okay, nice. That's 50 life. That's another side area. Okay, let's hop in there. More guys from the next floor. A little bit of bones, a little bit of magic. Not a huge deal, but get some of this. And get you, compel.
It'll be all right.
Be all right. Oh, I almost messed that one up.
Good.
Okay, there we go. Did that give us an air boon? Okay. Those are starting to add up a bit, and we could, especially with the help of this and the extra gold earning potential that we have, we could find ourselves accumulating a fair number of boons over the course of this run, so long term, this may be the makings of a big infusion run. Okay. But that was the last room of this floor. Let's... Oh, I guess we don't need this, but we'll do it anyway. Oh. Any gold? 2 gold, alright. I was gonna say, maybe with our extra gold earning potential that's a little more valuable. No, I don't even think that was enough gold to give us anything extra. Just a rounding error. Okay, so let's hop in now.
This was lovely.
Remember, this is just normal Polyphemus, thankfully. Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry, I'm taking this first. If you want to steal the magic, that's probably okay. Heroic rarity is obviously very nice. It's also fire, elemental.
I saw it first.
Okay, I mean, sure, you can take that one. We're gonna get a copy of something out of this anyway. Just didn't want you to steal this. Didn't look like he was going to, but I don't love... I mean, we could re-roll one of these. We have yet to use one. So I like what we had there already. And I like adding boons rather than it's a little early for sacrificing them. It feels like I'm gonna re-roll once.
I choose otherwise.
I mean, it's not bad timing for that, I suppose. We may very well end up losing all of that armor immediately, but otherwise we get the normal rarity cast. Let's do this. Okay, and this shows up. This is the extra copy, and it turns into a Zeus boon. It's another sacrifice. Okay, but Zeus special is hard to turn down because that is so good. It means we're sacrificing a fire boon for an air boon. So we go down to 2 fire, 3 air. Zeus's infusion is air based. We need 5 for that. We're actually kind of close to that already, in part because we got a free extra air boon or 2, one from collecting a resource and one from the side room, mini room rewards. So you know what? Fine.
I really need
If you insist, I'll do it.
gold coins.
And then what is the latest with Charon here? You don't say.
You mean the scythe? You recognize it as your brother's then, my lord. Well, I may not be death incarnate, but shall wield his blade as deftly as I am able in his honor.
We are using the aspect of Thanatos. Thanatos is death incarnate. He is Charon's brother. Those are all true statements. Okay, I'm just so used to this being the rival Polyphemus fight. I'm a little out of practice with just the base one. So this is gonna feel a little bit weird. To what extent are these affecting these fights? Can we still get enemies from another region in this fight when they summon the adds? If so, that could be a little bit nasty. Revenants... I mean, I think that the encounter basically just ends immediately once you kill Polyphemus himself, so if there are some adds that are in the process of being Revenants and potentially transforming back into their actual full-blown enemy forms, then that's probably not as big of a factor here, although if you're chasing them around to actually permanently kill them, then that is a little bit tricky, because you're not paying as much attention to Polyphemus himself, and then this obviously is not directly impacting us on this fight, so, okay, we don't need this, that's fine, we'll save the monies, we'll hop in here. Normal Polyphemus. We are doing this.
If you've been having trouble sleeping, there's got to be a better solution than these repeated drubbings from me.
I tried a lot of stuff. Sleeping on a full stomach, sleeping on an empty stomach. Nothing worked, but this works just fine for now.
All right. Nope. Dodge out. Punish him. Oh, I couldn't tell if that was amazing timing or horrible timing. Yeah, it's amazing. When he doesn't have poison, it's almost like I can actually go up there and attack him with my abilities. That's not really what I was looking for, but okay.
I know you're here.
Yeah, I know, you're probably gonna hear me now. Or not, actually. Somewhat surprisingly. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's the attack combo, basic attack combo. Okay, so that is really proving to be a significant magic drain. I mean, we knew that was going to be the case to a certain extent when we took it, but maybe more so than I was giving it credit for. Still hit you. Sort of. Potentially get you to run into this. We have iframes when we're in that animation, right? I think we do.
Yeah, little sheep.
Conveniently, they've not been transforming, or they've not been going to the Revenant form. Any of the ads thus far. Okay, that being said, I've not been really attacking Polyphemus himself very aggressively. Oh, okay. Hold on, that's about to change. Dash through, yep. Nice. Try to grab? No, you're not gonna try to grab. Dash through. Oh, okay, did not expect you to do that. Did I do that properly? I guess so. You definitely spotted me that time as well. Dash through. Rather than trying to, okay, dash out the way of that, then get you. Probably should do. Oh, never mind.
Wake up down there.
Words cannot describe how much easier this version of the fight is. Of course, famous last words, naturally, but... Ooh, okay, please stop doing that when I'm trying to get into range. Ooh, hold on. What was that? He was confused. He was thinking about doing the move when he spots me. But then he was like, no, actually, forget about it. He was maybe right at the very end of that duration. He was like, actually, I'm not supposed to do this anymore. Ooh. That did technically hit me. It was only a resistance that made us not take damage. That can, of course, pin you in the corner quite a bit. Oops. It's almost down. There we go. No problem. So much easier.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, he does always snooze. So that is fitting. Didn't even think about that. His trouble sleeping, and then every time we finish the encounter, he has the Z's above his head.
Be up in a minute.
Okay. Any golden urns in here that we should be mindful of? I don't think so. Let's skedaddle. Okay. Likewise here. And so, given that we cannot control who shows up on the next floor with a specific keepsake like that, that does mix up the keepsakes that we would consider here. We don't have anything that would be narcissisable. So, I think we're still just taking this, not that we need it. And then, I mean, we could, if we want to build around the armor that we got from this, and to increase the damage from that, we could go this route. That's what we did a while back for the run where we were trying to maintain our Arachne dress for the entire run, the dress to kill run. Let's see what we get here first, because if we buy this and we expedite the delivery, we get one. Oh, that circumvents the fear modifier. Interesting. I am surprised that this did not turn into an onion. Is this technically still the previous floor? I guess this is technically still the first floor. Okay. So this would be the infusion, the one that we technically did make a little bit weaker by swapping out one of our fire boons. But it does still help us to take it, so I think we go for it nonetheless. This would be good as well.
Getting warmer.
But we should now have, yeah, another option here for us to get. I think it was actually this. This was here before. We'll take this. And we don't get any extra stuff from expediting use, so I'm gonna save the money now. But you see just how much more we can spend with this, especially if you get aggressive with the mini shops there.
Try another one,
So we've already
maybe.
used this. It's actually kind of unfortunate, because we would have gotten even more gold if we had activated it on the second or third floor after having gotten our Chaos Boon evolving. So, what do we want? How does this work with that fear upgrade? I mean, I assume if it's an onion, then it's never gonna, like, brick because of the onion. It's just gonna take a little longer before it actually activates. But this would be an option. This does not make much sense. I mean, it could make sense to go with Silken Sash because we otherwise don't have great options. Could take extra magic just because we are blowing through magic really quickly with one of those hammer upgrades that we took. So these are out of the question. The reason why I'm not thrilled about this is because, yeah, it's a short-term benefit, but I mean, if we continued to gain extra armor each room for the remainder of the run, even after swapping off of the Silken Sash, then fantastic, but that's obviously not the case. So, I feel like this gives us more long-term value. I'm going to go Concave Stone. Okay, I think I'm going to pass on the magic there. Sorry, sheep. I didn't mean anything by it, I swear.
Next.
Okay, so no major issues on the first floor. That's a good sign. The biggest potential concern we might have is that, yes, we are blowing through magic really quickly. So if that is a concern,
Take me away.
we do have reason to really want some good magic restoration boons. Now remember that, yes, the enemies can show up from the next floor, and at this point, those enemies are pretty powerful. Okay, I think we definitely want
I'll
this.
take it from here.
As I was saying before... Oh my goodness, that's bad. As I was saying before, this floor is kind of tricky just because there's so little room to work with. So, enemies that were sort of designed around being on the next floor, but instead are in more cramped areas here, could become more problematic than they would usually be. This upgraded... Okay, the special... Oh, right, we should be using the special a lot more, because this is technically our strongest move right now. And then... you. More max life. Okay. Oh. Excuse me. I do see this guy. Yeah, we immediately set all that stuff on fire because of our dash boon, I'm realizing. Doesn't this dash boon... Yes, I do see that. Doesn't this dash boon technically also mean that we only take 1 damage from walking on fire? That was bad. I did blitz him. Probably kill him. Maybe, maybe not. Did not.
Next
There we go.
firing.
Okay, so now... Can we see in real time if this has activated yet on this floor? Because I don't think it has, which means that Selene, I believe, would be bricked. Now, is that the best case scenario, or is that the worst case scenario? You could argue that's... You know, actually, I think we do it.
This way.
You're from the next floor. You're also from the next floor. It does seem like they tend to sort of come in bundles. It is a percentage-based probability, but it's not as if it's just one at a time. We get a few together. Nope, don't do that. Should get shit, yeah. Okay, so, but does Selene not count as a boon, technically? So she doesn't brick? Apparently not. Okay, we're testing all the edge cases here. So we did end up getting Hephaestus. So we can get this. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest with you. So, does more damage. Simply put, more or less. It's more damage to armor. After using it, we become faster. Charges up automatically. take a look at what these are. Using your hex, you can use it one more time during the next 3 seconds. After using hex, your next hit from your attack or specials is a crit. That's kind of interesting. Guaranteed source of crit. Hex also flicks the effect of your rush boon on up to 5 foes. We do have a pretty good rush boon, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so I don't love that. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll go this route.
Together we shine.
Okay. I know, yes, we're blowing through magic quickly, but I do still think that life is preferable in a vacuum. It's not a great place to aim that. Did not mean to do that there. Moment, please. Oh, that was not the last... Or did you teleport away from that? Okay. So we're getting a lot of life at this point, especially if you add that with our armor. Okay. Yeah, don't make ourselves take damage by doing that. Okay. There might have been another enemy from the next floor. Yup. Oh, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I'll tell you that much. Ooh, dodge that. Can I get rid of some of the other guys so that he's not as nasty? Maybe. Or hit him with that so that he's not as nasty. There we go. See you. Want to step into the fire just so that you go down? There you go. The extra damage to armor did actually matter on that occasion. Okay. So, bones, ashes, a little bit of magic, a little bit of life. I mean, the life at this point, 5 is unlikely to make a huge difference, and the bones are probably a lot more meaningful than the ashes are, so sure. I guess we'll go with this one. Neither one is great, of course. Ooh, I missed, I think. Whoa! Your body blocked me. Please don't do that. Oh, I avoided it, and then I didn't avoid. I ran out of the way, and then I ran back in the way. Silly Billy. Let's do this. I would have loved if you had stayed there. Okay. So yeah, technically... Oh, it does tell us that it's going to get onionified. Okay, that's useful. And it would be our first Demeter boon. Otherwise... Well, obviously it's not going to happen. But I assume that means that this would not set Demeter precedent. I guess it just doesn't matter? Maybe? I don't know, this is all kind of new to us. Nope, hold on. Nope, excuse me.
Can't do it.
Okay. So yeah, nope, there's the onion.
Crunchy.
It's crunchy, I guess. Have this. Yeah, I know we haven't really been using any charge attacks yet. That's because our magic has been a problem. We also have yet to get the opportunity for the concave stone as we expected. It would take a little while, but we need to get some boons showing up eventually. Oh. It's a free room.
Clear.
It's healing that we don't need. Hold on. Oh, fine. I'll take the healing that we don't need first, if you insist. Then I'll do this. Then I'll do this. Let's do this and expedite it. So this one will likely give us multiple options from the Echo Stone.
Which we would have used against Typhon had you not found more of a targeted solution. Clearly something Hephaestus has been working on, half-heartedly. Would have cost my son his favored forge, and more.
We heard that Athena had something to do with it. Also, the fact that you're bringing up Hephaestus almost suggests this is about to be a duo boon, but we don't yet have anything from Hera, so we would be, one would think, ineligible for a duo boon from her. Okay, so yeah, just mentioning that in passing. Bridal Glow. Upgrade to Heroic and give +2 levels. Now, we already have something Heroic. I assume that means that this cannot land on Heaven Flourish. Could definitely land on this, then it's only 1 rarity increase, but it's 2 level increases, which is nice. Can't land on that. Don't think this... No, it can't land on this. I think it's either this, or it might be possible to upgrade that. I'm not even sure if it can get levels, though. So I think it's a Dash Boon, which... somewhat debatable as to whether that's super meaningful. I mean, the attack may be better, because the attack is pretty important, given how we have the extra attack speed with this aspect. It's an Earth Boon, and Hephaestus is an Earth Infusion, the one that he gives. This is also nice. We do already have a Fire Infusion, and we actually make it stronger by taking that. So you know what? I'm gonna save Bridal Glow. If we see it later on, it could be much better. Let's do this. And then it's gonna be the Sworn Strike, or Bridal Glow. Sworn Strike. Yeah, we can't actually control what gets hit by that, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's fine.
What's good here?
And then this is the extra item that showed up, and we have enough money that, you know, I think we can do this. And this, we won't expedite either of those, though. Okay, Cersei. I think I saw in the patch notes they made it so that Cersei is slightly more likely to show up now. For whatever that's worth. I don't know if... I kind of just assumed that all of these friendly NPCs that you encounter that have their own dedicated rooms, that they basically had the same probability of showing up. But maybe that's not the case. Oh, hello. Oh, you have something special to say to us?
I am impressed with how you've cared for your familiars, Poppet.
Oh?
By the will of our Lady Hecate, I possess certain knowledge of the subject I now shall yield to you.
That sounds helpful.
Oh, thank you, madam. Which sort of knowledge do you have in mind? You must know beasts better than anyone.
You'll see, you'll see. This is a favorite of mine, and so it's not my wish to spoil the surprise.
Okay. I have one thing in mind that it might be based on an achievement that I saw.
Alteration of familiar forms.
Ah, okay. Yep, and that name, at least, seems to match with what I'm thinking of. So I'm suspicious. Let's see. Randomly draw one of your inactive arcana, activate it this night. That could be decent. Randomly draw one of your vows and remove its effect. Well, that's pretty meaningful when we have only 3. And for the most part, they're either very impactful, even at level 1. There only is 1 level of this. Or they're leveled up multiple times. I think that's pretty good. Or Hex deals more damage. Or Hex is, I mean, it's decent at this stage. I think we do this, though.
Bless you, Poppet.
Vow of Return.
Thank you.
That's the one that makes them show up extra times, right? That was probably the least impactful. If I had to choose, it'd probably be one of those that I would have rather seen get canceled. But okay, I mean, it still counts as an 8-fear run as well, so no downside there. You know, if 2020 hindsight, we had known that would have been the one that got deactivated, then maybe I would have taken one of the other ones, but it's still nice. Get here. Oop, I could have sworn I walked straight into that. Excuse me. Please don't do that. Whoop. Almost walked straight into that. So yeah, the dragon guys, those are other enemies that behave very differently in a different area, or at least their whole thing is that they flame more or less the entire length of the arena in a given direction, so that does feel a little bit different in different areas. Okay, again, I think we'll go bones here. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if it was close. I was potentially about to whiff. That's a little annoying, but that's It's okay, now we move in. No risk of you coming back, at least not that one. The other ones, though, can spawn in, of course. Ooh, excuse me. I missed.
Not a chance.
Not rid of one of you guys. I thought. Maybe not. There we go. Take that. There we go. Okay, and yeah, we are getting gold pretty quickly, even after we spent a bunch, so we are projecting to spend a lot of gold at basically every opportunity, including this room right here, so that is a factor. Yeah. Okay, there is a chance we actually won't quite have enough to do everything we want to do here, but
Steady now.
we shall see. I assume this is the penultimate room. I didn't check what room number we're on.
I am your
Go
guide.
for it, Golly.
Lots of stuff to pick up.
Why, thank you.
Okay, so first thing we get is discounted by a somewhat significant amount, 15%, so we definitely want to get you first.
Hear me, on my authority.
Even if the palm slice is a little bit easier to target specific boons if we had taken that first. You can take your cast. We don't yet have a cast. Of course, we are now looking at both Zeus and Hera boons, so the Zeus-Hera duos are potentially on the table here. So I think we take that.
Electric.
And speaking of which, this is very well timed, although maybe first I'm just gonna... Well, actually, no. Take this first. Because the levels of whatever boons are getting sacrificed from those queen or king's gambits, those do not get reflected in how much value the sacrifice gives. Let's see. Cast damage foes when they enter the encounter. Well, none boons. Excuse me. At the moment, we do not have any common rarity boons. If we were to take Uncommon Grace, it would become our only common rarity boon. That feels a little bit like a slap in the face. I mean, I kind of want to take it, and then maybe use the Narcissus Keepsake to upgrade it at the end of this floor. Otherwise, we can get Magic Restoration, which would be really nice, although we'd rather not see that be common rarity. I mean, we could certainly Narcissus that later on. Are we looking at water boons? We don't have any right now. Hera's infusion makes everything at least rarity, which does not affect us unless and until we take one of these, so just doesn't really seem like it's worth making a point of going air for that reason alone. I mean, that is fire, which does give us more damage from you, so I think I am going to take this, and then, yes, we definitely want to Narcissus it.
A sudden surge.
Wait, it said? What? Oh, none of your other boons. Okay. Okay. So technically it does still work, as is. We don't need to Narcissus it, although we might still want to. Not that it's, you know, it might not be that impactful. Okay, I will still do this. Sworn Strike, that's the attack. So yeah, this is the problem, is if we do a Queen or King's Gambit, we can level up either the Zeus or the Hera boons, but we're going to lose the value from, I mean, just a single level is not a huge deal. Okay, so we're going to definitely save the gold now, because I think we're going to struggle to buy things from the next mini shop. In fact, you could have potentially made the case for deliberately not buying that little palm slice just for that reason alone, because I don't think we're likely to get much gold here, we found, unless there are a bunch of golden urns here. But remember, this is just normal, unrivaled Eris, which is really nice, although that was, once upon a time, the fight that we struggled with more than any other. More so than the rivaled version.
Always ready and eager for the fight. I've never met someone so driven, yet so lacking in any purpose whatsoever.
Ouch, I think?
I'm about to blow your mind. You ready, babe? No purpose is a purpose. Think about it. And now I'm gonna blow away the rest of you, too.
Alright. Oh, you're blowing up everything immediately. Also, where did you go? Surprised that didn't hit us, but we'll take it. Oh, that's bad timing. That's very unfortunate timing. Okay, now she gets extra damage, of course. That's one of the risks, one of the dangers of this fight. Whoa, hold on. Don't want to be standing there. Not again! Perfectly synchronized with my hexes. Okay, I would really like for you to not be standing in that corner. Oh, hold on. Gotta go. Okay, maybe this time? Oh, she's doing something. I'm not really sure what. Oh, okay. Special will hitter. Whoop, hello. Somehow we did not get hit by that. She also hasn't summoned any ads, which is really weird. Okay, surely she's gonna phase soon, so I'm gonna try to save this hex. There we go. I don't even know what got her. Okay, so obviously we're gonna do, well, it would be really helpful if that had hit. There we go. I don't think we got hit once. Not even sure we needed to use any resistances. Oh, okay. Delayed life. Get this. Would love to see golden urns here or in the room in between. Yeah, because I don't think 80 is going to be enough for us to get the extra value from guaranteeing an extra delivery from this mini shop.
Another keepsake.
I would love to see golden urns, but I'm not seeing any. Darn it. Okay. So, yes, we can Narcissus here. It upgrades you, which means it's going to go from 10% extra damage to... I don't know how much. It's not that dramatic. We obviously don't need the extra healing from Narcissus, so from that standpoint, it's not super meaningful. Let's just see what the alternatives are, because remember, don't benefit from any of this stuff. Usually we would take Moonbeam. It does seem as though Selene does not count as someone who is affected by this. So it might actually be possible to still benefit from Moonbeam here. And I guess technically, yeah, even if we don't, even if Selene for the first time turns into an onion, then later Selene's we can still get the bonus value from. And we do have the duo. Or, well, we have the duo potential. It's not yet upgraded enough for that to be a thing. So, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. Might be more impactful than this. As I said, this was mostly what I had in mind, because I thought that the act of taking Uncommon Grace was going to make it impossible for Uncommon Grace to do anything. But, maybe we can still do this. Okay. Then... that, and then this is where, yeah. Well, we would have to buy this and expedite it in order to get something else to show up in its place. And that's, we definitely cannot afford. I mean, we could buy this and potentially afford to expedite it, but at that point, we definitely can't afford whatever would take its spot. So I think we're saving the gold for now, and then if we do see mini shops mid-floor, then hopefully we can still use those to good effect. Enemies showing up from a floor higher here could be problematic just because that means top floor and those enemies are very strong. Just keeping an eye out for golden urns still. I was just thinking, usually the first room, it's a bunch of enemies fighting each other or defacing these shrines to the gods, and that would be kind of weird if one of these guys was one of those enemies from the next floor. So I didn't really expect that to happen there, but... okay, so here you see, that has an onion icon, so this would not turn into anything, whereas this does not have an onion icon. So that means we do still get Selene, and we get the Moonbeam value immediately, which is really nice. If it weren't for the onion, I would like Hermes here, but we'll take this. You guys are almost dead already. Ooh, okay, hate these guys. Hate these guys. Fortunately, you are standing right next to that, though. What? That did almost no damage to you. But how? Can I get you from here? Not quite. I can do that, though. Okay. Grab this real quick. Okay, and then you should give us a lot. Gives us 8. So yes, we can take you. That gives us way more damage. Do it an extra time in the boss encounter. That's probably still worthwhile. Then with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, we could do that. Because our rush boon is pretty highly upgraded. If you're using Hex, you can use it one more time. Yeah, you basically spam it multiple times in quick succession with this. We have seen that before. We haven't upgraded this Hex all that much in the past, but there's one other time when we had something more or less that looked like this. Okay, so the thing about the onion is you can delay the onion proccing. So I could deliberately skip Hestia to avoid the onion, but at a certain point, unless we just skip all boons altogether on this floor, which we probably don't want to do, at some point, some god or goddess is going to have to be sacrificed for the sake of proccing the onion. So I would like to see Hestia, because we have a lot of fire boons, we have some fire synergy potential, and we'd like to power this up even more, but yeah. And remember, it's like the easy thing would be to say, oh, well, I'm gonna take this when the alternative would be a really bad room that only gives us crafting resources like ashes or bones. But that never happens because those two rooms are technically, or those types of rooms are technically in a different category. So whenever you have an option for a boon room, at worst, you'd get a palm in the other room in all likelihood. So you know what? I guess this might be the best time to do this. That was a weird sound effect that guy made, but alright. Grab this while I'm at it. Oh, I was trying to cast you, but we had to cast down. Okay, so yeah, here, enemies from the next floor. And we can do this twice. Except they hadn't spawned in yet, which was a little bit unfortunate. Okay, once again, was trying to do the cast, but need to wait for it. Okay, there we go. There is the onion. Okay, so now we can get real Hestia if we want to work on those synergies / infusion stuffs. Or we go this route, and that means we could be working toward a king or queen's gambit. I mean, it's not crazy value at this point. We don't have that many boons of either category, but it's a bit of a mix. Like in either direction, it would be helpful. Either the attack is getting upgraded, or both the cast and the special. Now, I don't remember. Technically, it may be that the duo boon, when it's originally coming from Zeus, always means it's Zeus that's getting upgraded, or the other way around. I'm not entirely sure. But maybe we prioritize Zeus for that reason. Ooh, you went into that very quickly. Did not appreciate that. Hey, buddy. A lot of golden urns. Oh, I thought I was dodging. I was not. I was just moving. And yes, there are some enemies here. Several enemies that are from the next floor. This time, though, I think we can benefit more from this. It's hard to aim the second one. Nope, don't do that. There we go. Oh, and that was when did we do this? I don't remember this one, but we'll take it. And with 3 extra points, we can be working toward this. You're using your Hex. Next hit from your attacker special is always a crit. That is nice, although obviously this is not enough yet to get there. We'd have to go charges up more quickly, damage to armor, bonus damage, or alternatively, we just take stuff like that elsewhere. Just smaller nodes that we like. Oh, or we can do even more damage to armor. Now let's do this, that, and then we need 2 more points to get to the big one.
The limits of my light.
Now this while we're at it. And then, oh, I don't see you. Okay, so lots of extra gold now, though we've seen we have lots of gold spending potential. Let's go here. Looking for the duo, theoretically, or the infusion. We do not yet have enough air boons for that to work, though we're kind of close. What would that help with? It'd help with the cast. Help a lot with the sprint. Wow. Okay. I think that is worth doing then. And mini boss. Oh, if you got a mini boss affected by the onion, that would be nasty. Because it's supposed to be a high rarity boon. Okay, I think we go for it though. Now, I have no idea if it's possible for this to proc for mini bosses. If so, that's pretty terrifying. No, I'm not exactly looking to fight the Eye of Typhon right now. Did I just jinx it? No, I did not. Okay. It may be impossible.
Be afraid of me, Draken.
We've definitely not fought this guy nearly as much as we fought, ow. As much as we fought, the other dude. The automaton dude. To the point where, you know, we have not a ton of practice against this guy. Okay, but now you are armorless, so we can theoretically bully you a bit. And our basic attack is fast enough, courtesy of this weapon aspect, that we can just guarantee you're not going to hit us. So I think we used some blocks there, but otherwise not too bad. And theoretically, higher rarity Zeus boon. Oh, I suppose, well, if we'd taken a normal, quote-unquote, Zeus boon, not an infusion, it could have been the recipient of a duo boon here. But, I mean, we didn't know this was going to be Zeus
In the name of Hades.
at the time of taking that one, so let's see. We can replace our rush boon. Change up the cast. Oh, that is also... Yeah, that is also Zeus. This does work well with the infusion. I mean, either of these, any of these, will activate the infusion, so there is that. This does work a little bit better with the infusion, in a way. Maybe we take it for that reason, and since we are using magic very frequently with this.
That was my boon.
Okay. Now Hermes. Okay. Let's go for it. See what we can get here. I pressed the wrong button. That's a lot of gold as well. I do like that. Ooh, one moment. Let's do that. Oh, yep, I see you. Ah, it's not a good place to avoid that. Oh, never mind. I didn't mean it. Now this, we did take a little bit of damage to our armor that time round, unfortunately. Which has been giving us bonus damage for a long time now.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Let's see what we get here. Range shots are slower. Channel your charged cast, and your cast expires faster. I don't know that that really helps us that much here, to be honest with you. Oh, except that... Do we still have... Where was it? The Hera boon. One that gives us extra... It blends right in with the Hex-related stuff, but... Gives us extra damage as long as none of our boons are common rarity other than Uncommon Grace, which means this would be the only one we could get here and still keep that active. Otherwise, I would say Nitro Boost is very nice, or we reroll. I think we reroll.
Not what I want.
Oh! Oh, man. We have seen it before. but I think it... And it is incredible defensively, especially given how much gold earning potential we have. So, from that standpoint, fantastic. However, we do still want to spend more monies, and I think we're still doing okay defensively. And this is also very good defensively, except it does not risk us losing a whole bunch of cash. So let's go with this. It is the one that I wanted to take before, but since it is no longer common rarity, we don't have to worry about sacrificing other boons along the way. Okay, so I think we do this. This is, well, about 750. I'm thinking we're going there next, although we could technically go here. I know usually Dionysus would be rarer and probably more valuable than just a gold room, but remember, that gold room is giving us 190 gold, and it could be the difference between us being able to afford more things with the travel deal. So if, for example, we buy this,
shouldn't take too long,
because that's the most expensive, so we get the biggest value from getting that being the one discounted.
Hermes must be in the area.
It makes that show up. Okay, that's probably not great, but we can take Path of Stars here. Don't think we'll expedite that now. So we have 513 gold. The other thing is that there are no enemies in this encounter, so there might be some golden urns, but otherwise, if not, we're not getting any gold at all here. Whereas this obviously gives us gold as the room reward and gold from enemies. So I think you legitimately can make a very strong case that this is actually better than Dionysus here. Obviously, we don't know exactly what we're getting from Dionysus, but I'm going all in on the gold at this point.
There they are.
There is at least one golden urn here, which is nice. Okay, that's an enemy from the next... Oh, that is not a shrine we can use to summon our friends. That's not gonna be your armor. That did. There's still more enemies. Fortunately, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I was about to say, fortunately, we at least got rid of your armor. And that, oh, you had enough area of effect to hit us there. I really did not think you could do that. I was trying to get all clever with higher area of effect by getting that guy from the other side. Thought we were safe from the dragon. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. So now we are back to having a whole bunch of gold. We are running very low on the armor. The hammer, again, in a vacuum, better than gold. However, is the gold actually valuable enough at this stage when we have so much based on gold in this run? You could make the case still. What are we looking for from the hammer? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you could say almost anything has the potential to be good, I guess. But, let's see. We're thinking ahead to, we're gonna get a normal shop in the penultimate room, which is coming up very soon, potentially right after this room. Then, assuming we defeat normal Prometheus, we'll get a mini shop. And it's actually pretty expensive to get the bonus item out of that when you factor in the expedition, whatever, the cost to expedite. So even though it seems like we have a crazy amount of gold here, you could still make the case for this. And obviously there's also the super shop at the very end of the final floor, which the more gold you have for that, the more valuable it is. There's a lot of spending potential there. So, you know, I'm sticking with it. Sticking with, oh wow. Excuse me? No, you do not get to hit me that quickly. That's a little ridiculous. Oh, there goes the armor. Okay. Well, it was gonna happen eventually. As I said, I was surprised it lasted as long as it did. Okay, this is a bad place to be standing, because that is really nasty. Once you're done with that, though, I'm definitely doing this. Okay, this might not be the best timing, because of their attacks. Run. There we go. Okay, so not a great room in terms of the enemies there. Very good from a gold standpoint. The game is just gonna keep on testing us with exactly the same question. I mean, if we were to get 2 hammer rooms in a row, obviously, it's a pretty good chance one of those is gonna be insane, or eventually we're gonna get good hammer upgrades, right? At this point, I think it's pretty safe to say we are doing fine from a gold standpoint. So we can definitely go hammer now. Ooh, that could be worth considering later on. We'll have to see. Ooh. Hold on. Yeah, there's no way that was going to be the last group of enemies, right? You are from the next floor. I'd love to get rid of you. There's just a lot of enemies here. That didn't really hit much, did it? Oh, can that have enemies from the next floor as well? The optional encounter? Might be able to. Yeah, if you could just pop up in a place where you're going to get hit by our dash, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. Oh, right, I forgot. We can do double hexes even when we've already used the Godsent version. That is technically not the Godsent that's given us the 2 hexes in a row. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Oh, we have not done this yet. We might be getting close to the prophecy being completed. This would be really good. This would also be incredibly good. I mean, this is why we have generally not taken the... I'm not a huge fan of the ones that remove armor, because they only apply to a subset of enemies. Obviously, those tend to be some of the most difficult enemies, but... I mean, with this aspect, we could get crazy fast attack, or just get way more damage on the attack, and better defenses along with it. But you know what? For the sake
It's rather heavy still.
of fulfilling the prophecy, we'll go with that. And apparently that was our 60th prophecy. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna do this. This may not end well, but we're gonna try. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. I regret everything. I regret everything. Can I undo? Can I get an edit undo, please? You want to just die to that? Because, yeah, that'd be great. Is it just the dragon now? Okay, we got it. Very nice. Just a little bit of extra value there. And with it, I mean, this technically doesn't do anything at all with the Zeus infusion. That's worthless. This is also worthless with the Zeus infusion. All right, sure, it's uncommon grace. Not great, but I guess it is still better than nothing. Okay, we're definitely going shop here. Just checking for the other golden urns I might have missed. Okay, so this will be the penultimate room. Golden urn means we're at right around 1,400, and definitely taking this, we'll get an extra copy of something.
Hear me on my authority.
Might be duo, but we're not seeing it. Bridal glow. At this point, I think we have to go with that. I mean, this would also be useful, but... Was the rush? Okay, well, technically... Technically, it didn't do anything. With the Zeus infusion, technically that didn't do anything. Alright, so that's unfortunate. That might have been the worst possible thing for it to hit in that case. Maybe this would have been the same case, but... what was the other thing I was thinking about, though? Let's see, get this. Okay. Well, it was a... water... okay, water doesn't really help. Take this. This is quite helpful. Only 3 earth. We'd like to see more than that. Fire, we do already have an infusion that helps with that. It's probably more important. Yeah, we'll take this nonetheless. Okay. Now we do this. Storm Ring. Again, the upgrade technically is meaningless. It does not give us any extra damage. Because of the Zeus infusion, already giving us a minimum of... right? Minimum of 50 damage per hit. Yeah. Okay. So, oh well. We still have a lot of money. So, even after this fight, mini shop there, we should be able to get aggressive. And then hopefully, assuming, that is, of course, that we make it past this boss fight, then even in the super shop, we might still have some money remaining. So this is normal Prometheus, and that has been very helpful, very nice to get just the normal boss fights.
Again we meet.
What became of Dora's husband, your brother by her recollection? He abandoned her after what happened?
Yeah, so I think I had mentioned this after having done some research. Or was it the game that actually told us that yes, Dora was married to Prometheus's brother? His brother is the Titan of Hindsight, so apparently he makes a whole bunch of mistakes and is like, oh, darn it, should have known better. And then that was sort of the way, or one of the ways in which they set Dora up with Pandora's box/jar.
It's more
Might have been a wedding
correct to
gift.
say that your companion Dora finally saw my scatter-minded brother for who he was. Their marriage lasted for about as long as many do.
All while you stood idly by and did nothing, but now feel bad and thus decided to shoulder this righteous cause? Perhaps to feel a bit of absolution that you never got from her.
Oh.
Your words are harsh, but for the most part accurate. Dora remembers now what your own family did to her. If she can forgive you all for that, then she's a stronger soul than I.
Oh. Okay. Waiting for the bird to do that, because the bird always does that at the beginning, and always... Oh, okay, well, never... Okay. One way or another, the bird is always going to use my resistances at the beginning. Maybe not directly, but it's going to find a way. Oh, and the infusion gives it base 50 damage on all those attacks. However, when combined with the Hera boon, the one that gives us bonus damage when everything is... Is it now? Now get out of there. The one that gives us bonus damage when we don't have any common rarity boons, that order of operations, that applies afterward. So that's actually really convenient. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I thought that was the projectile one. So you see at 66 damage rather than 50 for every half second or whatever it is that he's standing in there. Okay, I think I'm going to save this. That one's definitely the projectile. I'm going to save this Godsend version of the Hex for when he gets mad. That was a very nice place to drop the Hex. I was indecisive where I wanted that to a certain extent. That's not a great place for that. That's the... What? What the heck was that? Why did you do it in that direction? Okay. Middle. Top.
Always a pattern.
Middle. Middle. Top. Middle. And we're gonna Hex him once he comes down. No, I miss. As I said, it is surprisingly difficult to aim that second one. Oh, I really wanted to get a Hex on it. Or rather, a cast on it. But it did actually still end up being a lot of damage, so in a way it might have still worked out. Yeah, I heard that. That's what I think of you. I mean, I guess there's enough of a window there that I don't need to completely rush into it. The second one. Oh, okay, hold on. That one was not super well aimed for the first attack. That was close. Oh, we're back to this. Okay. Bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle. Is it middle, then top, and back to bottom? I was almost not quick enough. I think it was this? Yeah. Almost messed that up. As is probably so often the case. Oh, that was interesting, seeing that try to figure out where to target as we were using our Hex. Yeah, just hang out in there. That's fine. You know what the second one as well? I think it did. Come hither. Oh, never mind. No, it's the bird again. Wait for it. I miss. I think. That's gonna be. Oh! Somehow that didn't hit. I don't know how, because I dodged into it. That's the bird. Drop that on you while you're doing this. Oh, hello. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, and this might be enough. There we go. Not the cleanest of Prometheus fights, but not too bad either.
But it always comes back.
Still, big difference between base Prometheus and rival Prometheus, for sure. So maybe we've just been continuously shooting ourselves in the foot by going for the rival fights almost every time for our main way to boost up fear. It's starting to feel that way. This is our delayed Selene, and it is enough for us to get bonus damage after we use the Hex, and then after using the Hex, next hit from attack or special deals a crit. And we have one more point, and at this stage it's just relatively minor stuff. Damage to armor, base damage, damage after we've used it. Let's do damage after we've used it. At least in the big fights, that's probably going to be meaningful. Don't forget about this, it's hiding in the corner. It's just 1, because this was an 8 fear run. This, I believe, was our lowest fear weapon. Okay, so now one would think, I mean, yes, we could still use Narcissus if we really wanted to. As I was saying, we're actually getting decent value from the Hera boon that camouflages as other stuff. Uncommon Grace, and it is leveled up one more time, so a little bit better for that reason as well. So it's not the worst idea to do that, but the alternative is, of course, to take something that's a little more boss-oriented, whether that be the Knuckle Bones or the Luckier Tooth. Those tend to be the go-tos, so I think we'll probably just keep it simple and go with one of those instead. So, take your pick. This is more pure life. This is a combination of life and damage. Do we have a reason why we prefer going one route over the other? I'm not really sure that we do. Guess we'll do this. Okay, heal up, and yep, at that point we are at max life. Let's see, so we would like to expedite whatever we get here, and I think that means it's you. I know it's the most expensive, but that means it gets the biggest discount. Well, it's the biggest discount, it's probably the most expensive to expedite as well. We are at the point where 1 Selene is all we need to get everything, I think, and even those things are still pretty minor. So, at least it's inexpensive if we are to expedite this, but I think we do this nonetheless. Go for you. It will give us Hera, Duo, no. Oh no, okay, we have to reroll. Well, yikes. We either have to do this, or we have to reroll. Because if we take a common rarity boon, then we break the boon that we were just talking about. This one, which is nice. I mean, losing 15% damage is not the absolute end of the world, but given the choice, I'd like to keep that option open. Now, of course, if we use a reroll right now, then that means we don't have any more, so we could brick at the super shop at the very end, but the super shop at the very end theoretically may have some boons that are higher rarity, so there are a lot of ways to ensure that we get higher rarity boons in the future. So I'm thinking either we take this or we reroll. I do think I still prefer Zeus's cast. Works quite well with the infusion. Itch and immediately deal damage based on foes in the... Yeah. I'm gonna reroll.
Let's try this again.
Okay. So can't do you. Could do you. Could get magic restoration. Yeah, let's do that. That's pretty overdue at this point. So now, this is the extra option that showed up. We'll take it, and we'll take that too, and that means Selene, at this point, not meaningful. I don't think we get anything at all from Selene, so if there are any rooms that give us the option to use Selene, we want to pass on those. Technically, getting extra armor is not a horrible idea, because we do still have that Hephaestus boon that, yeah, gives us damage based on our armor. But I think at this point, we're just kind of accepting that that is no longer a thing. And if we happen to get armor as an option at the super shop at the very end, sure.
Time to go.
Okay.
All
That-
right, Grandfather.
Did cost a lot of gold, of course, as we anticipated, but we prepared accordingly. And a little more gold there. Okay, so now at least at this point, we got rid of this, and this is not a factor on this floor, because this is the final floor. So that means the main thing that is in effect is we still have, oh, the onion. If we can find a mini shop and expedite the delivery from them, no, that might still not count as being onionable, like we were seeing before, at least from the mini shops in that sort of in-between room, that didn't apply. We weren't sure if that was because it was a mini shop, or if that was because technically that counts as still being on the previous floor or not, so we may be about to test that theory. In a way we'd like to, because otherwise, oh wow, what's gonna happen is, eventually, we are going to get what is supposed to be a higher rarity boon from those mini-bosses, except it's gonna be an onion, which is gonna be kind of painful. Emotionally. Oh, I missed. Oh, that was guaranteed crit for that one? Right. And that's every time it's a guaranteed crit. That's not just... that was bad. It's not just from God Sent stuff. So that is nice. More golden... oh, a lot more golden stuff there. Okay. Yeah, so really want to see a mini shop so we can try, at least, to circumvent that potential issue. That was horrible. I just walked straight into all of that. Except Gali also just demolished all of it with the block, which was kind of nice. Okay, so there's the delayed max life, and at this point, we have a good amount of max life. Okay, so this is the problem. If we go here, it's getting onioned, even if Zeus would, in a vacuum, probably be our favorite god to get right now, so I think we might have to do this. I'm gonna do this first, of course.
Join me.
This is a lot. This is gonna be fast. There we go. Okay.
A soul no longer lost.
Alright, so now, yeah, I think we basically have to do this one. Otherwise, the room reward is just completely bricked, and if anything, we're gonna brick one of the rewards from the super shop at the end, and we'll just front load one of the bad boons, I guess, assuming that we remember.
Next floor.
And assuming that it just still applies
You don't know who you're dealing with.
in shops the same way that it applies as a final room reward. That was a bad way to use resistance. This. Trying to get you both here if possible. I might have, which would be really nice. I missed. You. Yeah, I see you coming. Way there. Oh, I missed that, darn it. Do these guys heal? I just see a green number next to them suggesting that they actually heal. Please don't dodge out right as I'm about to hit both of you. Oh, that only hit one of you. Darn it. Yeah, the big guys heal you. I did not realize that was a thing before. Now I think it's just the big guys. Could wait for this. Wanna pop up over there? That's great. Good timing. Not good timing. Not on that one, at least. There we go. Not bad, though. We did use possibly all of our blocks, but I don't know if we actually took any damage. Those guys... can be a little bit tough.
We meet again.
Okay, so this... Let's see. Yeah. I think that's definitely what we're looking for. It does mean that the duo potential... Well, if we're sacrificing the Zeus spoons, that's unfortunate. Because we're losing what's going to be a lot of levels on this, so rather not see that happen. We circumvent, we at least, not so much circumvent as we defer the onionification, which, yes, is a word, in case you were wondering. I've made it one. Also, I would not like to speak about the damage that we just took. Oh, yeah, you did find me. Okay, yeah, so that hurt. A lot. See what this is? Nah. Max magic. That's okay. I know we've been using a fair bit of magic. It's been hard to use charge-up skills for that reason, but I don't think that's worth getting that. Ooh. Is that a mini shop? If so, that is very nice. Ah, that's not very nice there, though. Where'd you go? You. This. That did not kill you. That didn't kill you. I mean, I did kind of just stand there for a minute, assuming that you were gonna die.
What's Hermes offering this eve?
Okay, so we are, I think, gonna take all these things. We're gonna do this. We're gonna expedite it. We're hoping that this turns into the onion, so that way we can go here, because otherwise, either this is onioned and it's pretty much useless, or this is completely useless, because we're gonna get extra Selene anyway. So let's do this. Expedite it. Does this turn into an onion? It doesn't seem like it. No, it does not. Okay. Hitch. Effects deal more damage and last plus 5 seconds. Hitch is currently coming from the attack. That is meaningful. Otherwise, support stuff on the cast. I mean, we do have a lot of Zeus and Hera boons at this point, but it does mean if we are going to get the duo, then that's going to proc at the very end, and we're likely to either not have an attack boon or not have a special and cast boon, which would probably be an issue. Let's see. For infusion purposes, it doesn't really matter which one we do here, I don't think. Yeah. Guess I'm going to go with this.
By her grace.
And now... Okay, we could take that, but I think instead... Gonna do this. Gonna do this. And that means we have a way to heal off the damage that we take from this fight, this upcoming fight. My question is, we're in a bit of an awkward place life-wise. Is it worth expediting that delivery so that we get the healing right now and go into the mini-boss fight with full life? We lose a bit of the healing in the process, but we reduce the risk of, say, having to use a Death Defiance before Typhon, which obviously we'd like to avoid. There is the chance that we'll also find healing in the final room. Well, I guess we're gonna heal off after this next fight regardless, if we don't expedite. You could also justify expediting that, just have a little more tankiness. I'm not gonna take the max life, I don't think. And I think... Technically, this is one healing from you. Whereas this is quite literally nothing, because we're getting Path of Stars anyway. I think it is this. I mean, obviously, if we knew which boss it was going to be, then that would probably be the deciding factor, but we don't. This is not the one I wanted to see. This is not the one that we are as good at. And these things will all explode like crazy. And it is very hard to avoid them all. It's a very good place for that, though. That counted as something I had to resist? That's unfortunate. You're gonna, yep, do that again, aren't you? No, you still hit me. How dare you? I'd like to hit both of you, ideally. Obviously, I did not. Ugh, how do I avoid all that? Dash through? Question mark? I mean, I didn't really get anything out of it besides eventually taking damage. Oh, no. Do not particularly like this fight. I'm trying to kite you all over here so I can get the double dip damage. I assume, yep, make another eyeball. Let's do that then. Try to get that off, although it's so hard to do that without taking damage in the process. I've gotten hit every time I've tried to hit you with a special. I missed, and the first hit was going to be a crit. Guaranteed. That's very unfortunate. That should get the eyeball. Yep. Big eyeball. Still gonna make an eyeball? I kind of doubt it at this point. That was bad. There we go. Okay. The healing should help a lot. I don't think it's going to be enough for us to max our life after the fact, but...
It's improper to stare.
There's the one healing. Here is the delayed Path of Stars, which is why we didn't choose to go in the other room, because, yeah, this is absolutely everything at this point. Fully upgraded Hex. Check in for golden urns. Careful, because these can still explode, but not seeing anything. Okay, so here is the penultimate room, the super shop. We have little over 1,000 gold. Potentially more if there are any golden urns here. Actually, likely is not enough to afford everything. Let's see. Remember, first thing we buy, we're getting a copy of. We can't... Oh, are you serious? We're 3 gold away from being able to afford this? That's insane. For the most expensive item in the shop, that's unfortunate. But first thing we buy, we're getting an extra copy of that. Not a lot of boons here. So I think it is this. And it is not a higher rarity boon, which means there is certainly the chance that it's going to brick wherever you are. This one. No rerolls left, so we're just going to have to roll with it. It is Zeus. That is nice, so we don't want to take you. Strikes emit chain lightning that bounce up to 4 times, which means that it's actually 50 damage per hit with the infusion. Actually, more like 66 or something like that with the Hera on top of that. Or we get the Revenge boon. I think we take this. This does prime a bunch of magic. We've kind of just accepted the fact that we can't really do much with our charge-up moves. Okay, now this is more expensive and therefore theoretically higher rarity. So much less risk of us bricking the Hera boon from this. Let's see. You get the duo that automatically makes us... Oh. Use magic to resist up to 30% damage. We've taken this before. It always shows up just before the final boss fight. And it has caused trouble in the past because it has prevented us from using some of our skills because we just immediately run out of magic after getting hit by huge hits. But if we are basically just accepting the fact that we're never going to use magic in this encounter, then sure, it's functionally a little bit more life, although this is probably more still. It's actually kind of close. Except that that's an Earth boon, and I believe we do have, yeah, this infusion, which gives us more damage based on the number of our Earth boons, so we would like to take one of these two. This, for a long fight, is not super meaningful. It does give us a little bit of extra damage with this one, but I think we're taking Uncanny Fortitude. And there is also a little bit of extra a lot of extra max magic that we could pick up here, which is more meaningful now. This is coming from the mini shop purchases that we got before. Okay, we're almost at max life. So we probably skip you. Let's see, that's 300, 380. So yeah, we could basically get everything here. This. That's a Charon card. That's nice. So yeah, these are making it a little bit easier for us to actually spend magic, but also, more importantly, giving us a little bit more life. Then do this. And I guess we might as well do this. It gives us a tiny little life boost there, a little heal. But more than anything, it's just a little more progress toward our next Charon card. So, alright, that worked out pretty well at the super shop. Yeah, we had to pass on you, but that's alright. So this would be our highest fear run with the axe, at least, and the big thing is that we want to finish a run with the aspect of Thanatos so we can get another prophecy completed. And at this point, none of this stuff is applicable for the Typhon fight itself. So we're looking pretty good there. We also do have the keepsake that's going to make him take a little bit of damage and deal a little bit less damage to us. So that's nice. Normal Typhon, not rival Typhon. Thankfully, we did pick up a little bit of armor, which means a little bit of extra damage with this guy as well. So, and no Death Defiance is used, which is really nice. So here we go. We get extra damage after using our Hex, so we should probably use it more or less as soon as we can. Let's get it back down. Oh, you're going straight into that move. I feel like you always do the slam at the beginning of this. I was very surprised by that. Oh, actually, yeah, you can't take damage in this phase. Oh, hold on. Yup. Oh, I thought I was going to avoid it by being in mid-hex. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're not supposed to do that. Oh, that wasted resistance. That's bad. Okay. This. Move on. That. And this. And then this again. Throw this back down. Let's do that. Ooh, that took longer to dash out of the way than I expected it to. Made me a little nervous. What are you doing? One moment. Okay, get back. You're doing that. Oh, that's weird timing, but we'll take it. Okay. This, that, some of this, some of this. Throw that down, do it again. Dodge these. And is it now that he does the double tongue attack at this point? It might be. Or is that technically a little bit later on? Ooh, that was bad. Is a slam from him? Might be. No? Seemingly not. Well, that's tongue. One. Just one. Okay. That was a little bit closer than I would like it to have been. Dodge this way. That on. Are you displeased with me? Another round of ads. Okay. Yep, I do see that coming. And that, except I dodged into it. Okay. See that we have the Hex. I'm waiting for this. Hello. Okay, this is awkward timing, because he's going to do it again. What just happened? So many things all at once. Oh, I thought that you had already done enough of those. Oh, I dodged back into it. Okay. Dodge one. Dodge two. It's getting low. I did get hit by that, and it does a huge chunk of damage. Hold on. What about this? And this? And this, maybe? Not enough, though. More of those dudes. This, and then these guys again. Annoying. Somehow I avoided that. He has to be close. He has to be close. Oh, go away. Maybe this will do the trick. There it is. Again, interesting timing, but we'll take it. Whenever we get to a new phase, mid-hex animation, it just looks a little strange, but that's alright. Typhon eradicated. As I said, that was our highest fear run completed with the axe, so that's saying something. Also progressed the prophecy that needed this weapon aspect, and then the aspect of Medea will be our last one. Get a little bit of this, and we should hopefully at this point have now progressed gone through enough rooms that we can actually do another incantation, which means that we can hopefully access the new true ending, which was what we had originally hoped to have done on this fight. Why do we have that sparkle? What is that? That should be coming from a boon of some variety. I just don't know which one it is. And it is very... Oh, it means our next attack is a crit. It's from having done this. Okay. Okay. I see. I was like, I don't remember seeing that before. Where did that come from?
After a grueling confrontation with the father of monstrosity, the princess of the dead yet stands, whilst the monstrosity does not. But since the hour now grows late, the sleepy princess figures she ought to retire for the night.
Alright, fair enough.
Return to Shadow now.
Sleepy, though, you say? Might that mean something with Hypnos? Or is that just a coincidence? Probably just a coincidence.
Properly done.
Alright, but properly done that time. So only one weapon aspect remaining for one of the big prophecies.
You knew I could do it, didn't you, Phrynos?
And then we also learned about a new incantation from Circe, didn't we? Which I almost forgot about.
Your family. You may not be living under the same roof, though you're together still.
Okay, that is just normal conversation.
Maybe there's anything we ought to change around in terms of furnishings and all that?
Nothing with plot-related stuff there, but let's see. This... We got the Moonstone Axe, we got the last of the upgrades for the hammer. That gives us a little bit of extra bones, which is nice. Especially because I don't think that was a bonus bones run, was it? So it makes up for it a little bit. I still don't think it's as much as completing a full run with bonus bones weapon. But then, let's see. This is the one to progress the fates, but don't think we got any progress there. This is the big one that we made progress on, Bearing Dark Gifts, Aspect of Medea. Is the only aspect that we have left. And then we learned about this. I think this is what Chaos was mentioning. Forgot about that too. Born to Win. There's definitely an achievement that is named after that, but I didn't know what it was until, well, let's see. The daughter of the god of the dead shall some evening carry the transcendent embryo, which is Chaos's keepsake, which I suppose we should have expected given what Chaos was saying, from the start of her knight's journey to the very end. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. It does mean you can't use anything else, of course, and there are some nice keepsakes that we are fans of using, but if I remember correctly, we've used this keepsake at least once or twice before, at least on a Chaos run, or maybe for one floor on a normal run, maybe for a Chaos trial as well, but I think it's only the upside and none of the cursed downside effects of the Chaos boons, so it's not that bad from that standpoint. It's mostly just that you don't know which one you're gonna get, and then it switches. Especially if you're using it for multiple floors, it's gonna switch after a certain number of rooms, so you can't really rely on it being there for the entire run. Okay. But that's potentially several pretty significant prophecy updates, and we also hit that threshold for, what was it? 30, maybe even 60 prophecies, whatever the threshold is for the prophecy-based achievement. Seemingly nothing new from you.
May doom befall your foes.
Okay, I saw him say, greet us, and then say, may doom, and I was like, hold on. You can't be wishing doom on us. I know you are doom, but...
Such a mess.
Wishing it upon our enemies. Now that's better. Speaking of our enemies...
You don't need to pick up after me, you know. I was gonna get around to it. What do you do with all that anyway?
Well, you see, we did put a trash can next to you.
I present it to the wretched broker, through whom anything we no longer require can return to the earth. You could do so yourself. The broker's right there.
Oh, that's all right. I wouldn't want to impose. Though maybe I'll go through your things next time you're out, and have the broker there return them to the earth.
Oh, please don't do that. No. On second thought, I take it back.
You wouldn't dare.
You wouldn't. Okay. Usually isn't anyone over there. Just double check. And then I think...
I may have a new request.
There was one song that they added. Yeah, Primordial Chaos apparently was not something you could get before at the musician. And I think they also said that they reduced the kudos cost of many of the rewards, so pretty sure these used to be an order of magnitude higher with the kudos cost, and then they said if you've already unlocked some of them, then they'll retroactively give you some kudos back, so that's probably why we have a pretty sizable amount of kudos right now, despite us not having cash in anything as of late. So, alright, we'll take that. Don't really need to cash in our kudos right now. Okay, we definitely want to see what's going on at the cauldron. Okay, the Heron delivery is still a few rooms away. We don't have enough of... Did we see any fish on that run? We did not. I feel like maybe I accidentally skipped one or two in that case, but who knows. As I said, didn't get that many bones since we didn't take the bonus bones weapon. Are still some things we need that require moon dust. Maybe we'll wait and spend on that. Oh, one moment. Please hold.
It smells delicious.
Okay.
Metamorphosis technique from Madame Cersei.
Oh.
By now I've learned something of dreams and time.
Okay, so we have some really important things here. This is what we learned from Cersei. This is probably the least important of them, but alteration of familiar forms. Choose from other appearances for your animal familiars in exchange for kudos. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's also an achievement for this, which is why I had a sense as to what Cersei was alluding to before. So let's cash this in. It does cost some Fate Fabric, which is a little unfortunate because we have an expensive Arcana card upgrade. It costs some of that.
Take on unfamiliar forms if they so choose.
Shall be.
All right. And let's see what these other ones were, because they may be just as important. Reactivate the dormant Pool of Purging in the pathway leading to Tartarus. Oh! Wait, what? The Pool of Purging is the place where you can sell boons for gold if you want mid-run. We rarely do it, but every once in a while, if you have a boon that you don't really like, or on rare occasions, maybe one that is actually detrimental to your run, you can get rid of it, get some gold in return, maybe the gold is more meaningful. But I thought that we already saw these popping up in Tartarus sometimes, or is, at least in the sort of in-between room, when you're just entering Tartarus, does this now make it possible for them to show up mid-Tartarus? Because otherwise, this seems like something we already have, and I'm a little confused. So I mean, we'll take it.
Flow red again, no purging pool of Tartarus.
I mean, it said, like, reactivate, which suggests we had it at one point and then it went away, but now it's back? I don't know. Greatest Gift of Gaia. Now that's some alliteration for you. Gain the power to automatically harvest any resource. Wait, we had this before, did we not? We absolutely had this before. Okay, but this is, hold on, this is the real one that we really want to see. Returning to a real possibility. Reminisce at the Fountain of the Dead to return to an earlier point in your journey if you wish. So this is how you can retroactively experience the true ending again, so that if you saw the original true ending, you can check out the new updated true ending. But we need some Shadow Dust, Stardust, whichever name it is, which usually we get from doing Chaos Trials. That may mean we're gonna need to do a Chaos Trial next to set that up. Otherwise, I mean, it is purchasable from the Wretched Broker, but it is quite expensive, and we cannot currently afford that. I really thought we had this as well, so I'm very confused. Gain the power to automatically harvest any resource in each location. Oh, no, that's not here in the Crossroads, which we definitely can do, where we just harvest all of the things that we planted in one fell swoop. In this case, it means any, like, craftable resource you just get as soon as you walk out of the room. Just convenient, yeah. I mean, early on, if you need these resources for other things, then obviously maybe you save them for that, because this is mostly just a convenience thing. The moon dust is a little bit unfortunate, because similarly, that's the other resource we need for an expensive Arcana upgrade.
So mote it be.
Okay. So yeah, we need more of the dust. I don't think we can craft. Yeah. Alright. So that may need to be the next thing that we target. Let's see what Hecate has to say.
I found Cersei the Enchantress on my route toward Olympus. Or likely, she found me. She hasn't changed a bit from what I recall. You have her keeping watch over the seas?
That I do. Selene takes to water like a cat, while Cersei hails from the sea. Thus has it been a good arrangement for a while. I trust Cersei's work retains its potency.
She's been great.
All right. Now, of course, we've been waiting a very long time to max out our relationship with Odysseus. So that is definitely one of the things that I'm really hoping they made faster. Says he still needs to settle up with a few old acquaintances, but might we be able to make that happen now?
This is about your 100th night, goddess.
A little beyond that, but sure.
At least in mortal terms. Feels like a while, yet no time at all. That's the insidious work of Kronos for you.
I think you're right now that you mention it. The passage of time has always felt strange to me, but even more so since this all began. Did you feel similarly in your mortal days?
Like you have no idea. It must be even stranger for you gods. So much time can pass in the blink of an eye. The best we all can do is use it well.
Alright, that does mean something coming from Odysseus, who knows a thing or two about taking a lot of time to do things as a mortal.
Ow.
Okay.
You got
As
there.
a mortal, he is not immortal. Okay, you don't have anything special to say to us. This is what I was referring to before. We can pick all this stuff immediately.
Out, Snake Reed.
And let's see. Plant a little bit more. And of course, we, a little while back, did seemingly make some important progress with waking up Hypnos, but I thought it was going to be enough to do just that. It was not, though. There seemingly is still at least one more step to make that happen, but that might also be something that has been accelerated. Nothing seemingly with Hypnos here, other than that he seems to have a shade directly over his head. Is that a coincidence? That seems like an especially big shade that is very prominently placed in a potentially significant location.
Sleep well.
Should I be reading into that at all?
Rest well.
Not at the moment, at least. Okay. And I think we... Yeah, okay, we got the incantation unlocked from Cersei, and that we already did, but just wasn't sure for a split second if that was going to be something that activates here, but no. That's not the case.
Hi, gang. Any of you interested in a new look?
But we may be able to go here, which we haven't really been looking at that much with kudos-based stuff. But might we be able to, let's see. We haven't actually applied any of these, I don't think, but despite having purchased one or two of them. Wait, where is it? I assumed it was there. Unless... Hold on. Yeah, didn't it say we have to purchase it here? Let me look a little more
May
closely.
moonlight guide us.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Those are cards. That's where Skelly stands. Do we need to do this first? Get special decor for Tula, Rocky, so on and so forth, and that makes them happy, and then we can get some alternative stuff for them. I mean, we can afford... Ooh. We can afford it, although in some cases, those are crafting resources that we do like, or nectar that we have somewhat limited supply of. This one I'm fine with for sure, but...
Okay, sure.
Let's see.
No self-respecting cat has ever used one of these things.
Huh, that's not where I expected that to be. I expected it to be right where Tula usually hangs out. Birdhouse.
Next renewal.
Don't get too many birds around here, but why not?
Okay, that goes there. And then... If we do... Wasn't there one more? Yeah. If we do this, does that change anything?
Let's try this on for size.
Seems like that's all of them.
Is that a good luck rat or something?
It's right over the exit? Okay. So what about now? Because I'm not seeing... Or at least I assumed this was where we would be able to get their alternative... What? Skins? Whatever you want to call them?
Your tablet of peace showed you how to get here, but I should show you the way.
You hear that? He's gonna show us the way. Okay, so there are more Chaos Trials available to us, and that may very well end up being what we go for next, so that we can have the resources necessary to access the new, updated, true ending. But as I said, we still managed to check off a whole bunch of things on that run, so even if it wasn't necessarily what we had initially planned to do, I think we will still take it. So this is the right time for us to wrap things up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.